Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So I wanted to take you guys through, it's currently fall, it's autumn. I'm very much into fringe tassels at the moment, and I wanted to take you through a collection that I think are excellent dupes of the designer versions. Starting with what you can clearly see on screen. So from the brand Givenchy, they have this fringe leather hobo bag that you can see on the left side of the screen, but it's at a price point that's quite significant, £2,374. What you do get with this though is a very distinct style to the bag. You can see here if we zoom in, it's got the fringes at the side and it's very much giving shoulder bag detail. Okay. Now, in comparison, I do think this bag from All Saints, which is also in real leather, is a good comparison. Now, I'm just going to take you through the images first. It's a zip closure. And in terms of the styling, it's got the adjustable shoulder straps as well, as you can see currently. And then that detail of the fringe to the side is very similar to the designer. So I think this is a good dupe. You might be thinking it's out of stock. Why is she showing us this? I just wanted to point out it's sold out because it was reduced. However, you can still get this, but in a different colorway. So it's the same All Saints brand, but it's in the mink brown colorway. Okay. Now it is low in stock. So if you are interested, £201 and 75 Great British pennies. It isn't all black, the same as the inspired by designer version, but I think this is equally still a very attractive version. As you can see on the model here, you've got that detail with the tassels to the side, zip closure opening. I would say All Saints, it's made from leather. It's a great alternative if you don't want to spend, but you are interested in something similar to the Givenchy style. We're going to move on to bag number 2 now. So guys, bag number 2 is from Tory Burch. So you can see that Tory Burch is retailing their suede fringe hobo bag for £1,095. Okay. It comes in wild tobacco color. So you've got this sort of metal and leather handle style happening, and then 3 levels to the fringe detail. And obviously Tory Burch logo there hanging on like a little bag charm. Now, if you're not wanting to pay Tory Burch prices for this bag, and I do think suede is in at the moment, guys, on the right is a great alternative inspired by that Mango is selling. So you're getting a leather bag as well, and it's got the fringe detail. Now, you might be thinking they're not the same. It's inspired by, and let me explain why. So you can clearly see on the right that you have got the 3 tassel detailing as well. So that is a similarity. I will admit you do not have the leather and metal handle, but they're both shoulder strap and you're getting a leather handbag. Okay. It is retailing at £140, which is a significant reduction in comparison to the version by Tory Burch. So I would say this is not a bad deal. The inspired by the dupe from Mango is similar colorway. Okay. It's 3 levels or 3 tiers with the tassel or fringe detail, but there are differences in that the strap is different, but they're both shoulder bags. So let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. We're going to move on to bag number 3. So here, guys, we have bag number 3. So starting on the left, Reformation is a brand that does fantastic summer dresses. Highly recommend that. But today we're talking about their bags. So they do have this bag in 2 colorways. This colorway on screen is Braco Suede, and the first colorway is Boss Suede. To my layperson mind, I would say it's a darker brown, and then they have a lighter brown, a tan brown almost. Okay. So in terms of the design of this bag, you can see all the tassel, the detailing is right at the bottom. It's very much a simple shoulder bag, and it's got that simple closure mechanism that you see on screen. I do believe the version you get from Charles and Keith, and again, if you're familiar with my channel, you know I'm a fan of this bag brand. I believe, let's do a little zoom in. This is a good alternative, okay? You can see the tassel detail at the bottom of the Charles and Keith version. However, they give you tassels at the top as well. You've got a similar simple closure mechanism for the bag, and you've got adjustable straps as it's a shoulder bag. But honestly, guys, I think it's giving you similar vibes, similar look for less. Let me know if you agree or disagree. But I will say the Charles and Keith version is leather also. So you're paying £109 for Charles and Keith style versus 448 from Reformation. Now, Reformation is a more affordable price point compared to Givenchy that we've seen or Tory Burch. But if you're not wanting to spend almost £500, then Charles and Keith have you covered at a much lower affordable price point. Let's move on to the next bag. Okay, guys, so this brings us to the fourth bag, okay? So this on the left is a bag by Coach. It's the brown fringe Brooklyn 39 shoulder bag, okay? So this is probably very familiar to a few people. On the back is just the simple Coach logo. At the front, just simple Coach lettering. The perfect or a similar a dupe for this bag is what you can see to the right, okay? So here you can see ASOS and the brand Glamorous have a fringe faux suede shoulder bag in tan. All the other bags I have shown you so far that are dupes or are lookalikes of the designer have been leather, but this is the first non-leather. So this is faux leather, but I do think it's giving you that look for less. So you can see that the version you'd purchase from ASOS at £28, which is a saving in comparison to Coach £477. This version gives you the tassels right at the bottom. It's available in tan, a similar colorway. And as you can see on the model, it's shoulder style carry as well. Okay, so I do believe this is a fantastic option, guys. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. I will point out that the black version on ASOS is currently reduced, okay? And apparently you can still get an additional 20% off with the code you see on screen, which is STACK, okay? But I would get it in this brown colorway in this particular design personally. Let's move on to bag number 5. So guys, you see on screen the designer version from Strathberry. This is a brand that I quite admire. I don't own anything from them as yet. This is a very distinct style with the suede. I like how it comes from the sides, around the bottom and up the top. And then obviously you've got this adjustable strap here, okay? And obviously the closure is the classic Strathberry closure, okay? So very much a fan of this designer version. £395 is a much more affordable price point compared again to things like Givenchy, Tory Burch, and Strathberry is a well-reviewed, well-respected brand, okay? Now, if you're not wanting to spend £400 rounded up, a version from Charles and Keith is on the right, okay? So again, if you're familiar with my channel, as I keep mentioning, I'm a fan of this brand. I do own bags from them. And this to me is a very good dupe for the bag you see on the left, okay? So with the Charles and Keith version, let's zoom in a little bit to the details. So you can see that it's got a simple closure mechanism similar to the designer version from Strathberry. You've got an adjustable shoulder strap and very much identical in terms of styling. You've got this, you've got the fringe or tassels coming down the sides, around the bottom to the other side. So just a couple more angles on the bag, okay? And obviously you see the closure mechanism has a zip there as well as the lock that comes over the top. So let me know in the comments, guys, if you agree. And if you've enjoyed the video up to this point, do give it a thumbs up. Do let me know in the comments what you think about my offerings so far. Do you think the dupes are duping or do you think these are more of a miss? Okay, and do subscribe to the channel so I can continue to bring more content like this to everyone. We're going to move on to our final bag. Okay, so this is our final bag, guys. This is the last bag that I'm going to be showing you in terms of my selection of tassel fringe leather bags that are inspired by versions. Okay, now the designer version we're going to conclude with is from Chloe. And you can see on the left side, it's got 3 tiers. So you can see it's got this gold chain detailing, okay? And then you've also got the tassels in 3 tiers, okay? This, I think, is a very cute style. And what I want to point out is the tassels are front and back with this, okay? So you've got it both front and to the back of the bag. So you can see that more clearly right here as well. Front and back covered. Now, on the right, I do firmly believe that I have found a good look for like dupe, okay? I will point out this is not leather, okay? So straight off the bat, this version from Accessorize at £32 is faux leather. But you can see instead of 3 tiers, you get 2 tiers. You do not have a chain strap, so that is a distinct difference. But you do have this leather strap, and I do believe you can add a bag charm that's sort of gold, and that will kind of give you that gold black tone. So if you want a bag that you can wear with gold jewelry, silver jewelry, the option from Accessorize is actually more favorable in that sense, okay? Because you can put on a different bag charm and then it works for either jewelry style. So you can see here that it's in 2 tiers with the tassel, okay? Simple shoulder strap that's not adjustable, I will point that out. And you can see the closure mechanism. What I will say, I was very interested in this particular style from the brand Chloe, but not wanting to pay Chloe prices of £1,799 and 70 Great British pennies. I considered the accessorize, but then I wanted something in suede. And that's why a lot of the bags I've shown you have been suede. So I came across this option. So also from accessorize, and it's suede fringe crossbody bag in black. Very quickly, they also had it in a different colorway, tan, but that has sold out, but might be available in other stores. So I did see this line is carried also by Next and Marks and Spencer here in the UK. But I wanted a suede bag in black. And so I thought this personally was giving me everything I needed based on the image. So I'm thinking the tassels look dramatic. It's crossbody, not just shoulder length. And I also like the fact that, okay, it looks very travel size friendly. You can see the dimensions on screen here. But I also like the fact that this was leather. So the outer material of the bag is 100% leather and the interior was a polyester lining. So I felt this was more bang for buck because it's only £35. I'm getting real suede leather. So I thought, why not? I will point out, unlike the designer version, you only have tassels on one side. And to some degree, I didn't mind that, okay? And I like that the closure mechanism was just a complete zip at the top. So if I dropped it, I wasn't going to lose anything. So I did purchase this and I'm going to insert on screen the price I paid for it because I got it from Marks and Spencer. Now the bag was delivered and I have to say, I don't think it lived up to the expectation. I'm going to insert a clip of me unboxing the bag. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. It's currently sold out on Marks and Spencer. And you can see here this colorway sold out as well. So maybe I should have kept it, but it wasn't as dramatic as what it's looking like on the model here. So let's roll the clip of the unboxing. So any orders from Marks and Spencer, they send it in like this green packaging. And as you can see, I'm going to have it on screen as well, but you can see all the bag details here. So I didn't really clarify, or maybe I did, but the reason I'm returning the bag is the tassels are not dramatic enough. So I fly off tomorrow for a trip and I don't know if you can see if it's coming up on camera. I thought it would be more dramatic. So I don't know if you can see that that's very much not that dramatic. So I thought it'd be longer. I thought there'd be a little bit like the top ones don't even shake, if you see what I mean, okay? Size-wise, the bag is fine in terms of the size and it is real leather, okay? And it's from the accessorize line, okay? So let's just show for anyone interested, even though I'm returning the bag. It is currently sold out on the website. It came well stuffed, so that helped the bag keep its shape. And then on the inside, you can see it's just got this deep internal cavity, good size. And then if I turn it around, it's got a little flat pocket at the back there. So you already saw that it's a zip fastening and there's no pockets at the back. So no pockets at the back. You can't detach the straps, okay? You can adjust the length, okay? And presumably you could tuck that away and use it as a clutch maybe, but it's a bit too messy. But I just wanted it as a crossbody for holiday, but the tassels were not dramatic enough, so it's going back to the store, guys. And so guys, that brings us to the end of all the bags in today's video. So we took quite a little trip, starting with Givenchy, going on to Tory Burch. We swung by Reformation. We saw an option from Coach, Strathberry, and then we finished with Chloe. So guys, if you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel so I can continue bringing more content like this. And let me know in the comments what you thought about today's video and whether or not I should have kept the version I purchased. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!